Julie found a marketplace find, got some foam. We're gonna use it for insulation on whatever we can. It was a $100 bill. 2-inch foam.
Bigger. Some of that's even bigger.
Yeah, some of it's thicker. That's perfect for camper skirting right there. Perfect. Okay, so here we are back in the shop, and we got our spring seats. Spring seat shims. And they were a lot cheaper. Now, okay, I don't know if everybody is following why we're doing these spring seats. Let's see if I can explain it. Okay, we've got the valve. When a cylinder head is surfaced really skinny, then everything on this side of the cylinder head goes up, right? But nothing changes on this side. And we have an installed stem height of 222, 2.222 to the 2.225. That's the space between this spring seat and this lock. Well, it's actually up to the top, but you can relate how much we cut off the top of this to how short it's gonna be to the lock for the actual space of the spring. So if we surface the cylinder head, it's going like that, and we surface it, then this stays the same up here like this, but when we do surface it, it takes the entire valve and raises it up like that. Okay, so that would make the valve spring less tight, right? There's less room. It needs to be compressed back down, because once we're 15 thousandths and the valve goes up, then we need to raise the spring up 15 thousandths to go along with the bottom of the valve that goes up. And so that will keep us the right spring seat pressure. If we shim this up right there, that way it's 15 thousandths higher. I opted for 15 thousandths. So because now it's a fine line, because a lot of research that I did said that anything under 20 we don't even mess with. Well, just because they say that. But then another one is really anything under 15 thousandths, we don't want to take a chance on the spring digging in to the shim. So with a 15 thousandth shim, we're at the limit of the thinnest we can be. But I am going to put it under the seal. I'll show you. See where they're all at. There they are. There's supposed to be 100 in here, isn't there?
No, 40.
40 of them?
I got 4 packages of 10.
No, we have one package of 10.
Great.
Okay, so damn. Okay, so it didn't get the right ones, but here's the, well, it didn't get the right amount. What's it say on there? Should we have got the right amount? Okay, there's our...
Quantity ordered 4, 1 shipped, 3 on back order.
Oh, 3 is on back order.
So
Right
let me
there.
check my email and
Quantity
see if...
back order 3.
Let me check my email and see if they've shipped another box of shims yet.
Here, let's cut this open and see how it fits first, though.
Okay.
Here, let's do this. Let me see one. Here's our shim. Pretty good. It's about 16 thousandths. Let's see where we're at. Nope, it's 15 thousandths. Mine's, it's not zeroed. Pretty precise. Yeah. Yeah, 15 thousandths. Now let's see. It should set. Well, actually, yeah, it's supposed to set right there.
Then the valve sealed in the spring?
Well, I originally was going to put it right there because that's where it was supposed to go.
Oh yeah, it fits on there good.
Yeah, fits on there real good. Okay, so right here we're gonna put this spring seat. My original thought was to have it, well, the spacing was to have it right there, but I think it's a little too thin to do that. The plate, that right there on the bottom of the seal is 30 thousandths. This is 15 thousandths. I'm worried that the 15 is going to dig in and not be thick enough to take the pressure from there. So we'll go ahead and use these. We only got 10. We need to look and see if we can get a different size, because if we're gonna put them on the bottom, I want the size different. This is 625, 15 thousandths by 1 inch. So 625 is the ID, 1 inch is the OD, and it's 15 thousandths thick. Problem is I need to make it a little bigger. Even though that right there sits inside of the indention, like I try to wiggle it around, it will stay there. So we can take that and then put the seal on top of it, and then the spring will hold that down. That is my thought. What a freaking drag. Okay, so no, I don't even want to start it. So we ordered 4 packs of these, and they sent us 1 and 3 in back order. So we just ordered a different set. We got 16 thousandths, 625 by 16 thousandths. They had them in stock. These are 15 thousandths, which we can use 15s and 16s. It ain't gonna matter. But I only have 10. Yeah, there's 16 valves, so 10 is gonna let me get to here. And that's really just not enough, right? I mean, so we're gonna, yeah. Yeah. Now we switch over and do the rod bushings, even though I'm all set up to assemble the heads, which is a drag. Ah. Okay, I got the old bearings in, oiled the surfaces, and we're gonna go ahead and torque the crank in. We're only doing this to check the new rod bushings, so I got them all torqued. Now we're gonna set up the rods. So we're putting it all up. Got the shims that go in there. They sit real nice. So we're gonna set them right in there, seal on top, but I only have 10. So now we're gonna get this and go back, and let's just find out if I can do the rod bushings fast. We went ahead and set the engine block up so that I can test it. No cam in it, no nothing, old bearings. We're gonna use the old bearings that were in it too, for number 7, and we've got number 7's numbers. Number 7 was 28. We have not surfaced it yet, which is nice, so there's no guessing. So with all the same bearings and everything, we should be able to know where our rod bushing bore is gonna be. But we'll also have to fire up the rod hone. Oh shit, I gotta remember how to do all this crap. Yeah. And there we are, we got it put back together. We had to look at a video though, a picture. Does that look the same? Here we go. The joint. And the bushing. There it is. And there it is. You still kind of see the joint there. Yep. Now we gotta sand it. So we got the number 7 rod on the number 7 piston going in the number 7 hole with the old bearings, the old mains with the new bushing. We will see what happens. Okay, here it is right here. Let's bar it around a couple, just bar it around and let the piston set in it. Okay, actually that's fine, just go.
There?
Keep going, yep, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, 0, 10, 15, 20, 24.
What? It's...
Okay, we'll just push it back go back to 25. No, go all the way around and get it to stop at 25. Okay, there. So from there, we're at 25, and we go to this side. Hell yes. Okay, so we're good on rod bushings. 25. The old number was 28, so these are -3. So it's a -3 bushing right there, which actually is pretty good for when we get protrusion numbers. -3 is fine. I'm happy with that. by the time we surface this down, I don't know, I'm hoping we can take 5 off of it, bring us up to 30. 32, 35. 35 would be the most. We could also decide to surface some more off the block depending on what the other numbers are, I guess, but I doubt it. I don't think so. I think we'll shoot for 5, and that'll give us 5 thousandths variance on the recession and the protrusion, because then it'll be at 30. And the valves be at about probably 22 to 24. With 30, you ought to be able to run this and they'll never touch, ever. Not like it had before. It had witness marks on 2 of the pistons. So, but that is a hair I wouldn't mind on this block being a little higher. Just a little bit higher, it'd be nice. But by the time we surface, it'll be good. It'll be fine. So we're shutting it down. Those are done. Finally done. Yes. It was not really that big of a deal. So tomorrow, we're gonna weight match those rods, and I'll go ahead and get the pistons out, weight match the pistons right there. And then we'll get the crankshaft loaded up and get it ready to go off to be spun once I figure out the bob weights. I'll figure the bob weights and we send the crankshaft off with the flex plate, the adapter flange and the flex plate and the harmonic balancer, and that's it, with it mounted to it. I don't send any pistons or rods, I just send it off with the bob weight numbers, which I like doing that. That way I get to touch all of them and I decide what the bob weights are, you know, because there's varying opinions on how matched is matched, whether it's plus a gram or half a gram or dead nuts 0, you know, who knows. But that's tomorrow. We're just chiseling away at parts. Shim should be here soon so I can finish the heads. And it's just doing a bunch of prep work so that when everything does show up, we can kind of cruise through it. Like, haven't done any work on the block yet, none. No balance, or no boring, no surfacing, nothing. Because that's honestly pretty freaking quick. Normally when I get done with the block and we're babysitting surfaces, like I'll surface it first and then go out of the surfacer and then bounce over to the honer, and then out of the honer into the final wash, and then out of the final wash directly to be built. I really hate doing all the work on cylinders, kind of like on surfaces, kind of like I did on the heads. The heads are there, we're babysitting them. I have to make sure they stay good. So the few amount of time that I can spend babysitting deck surfaces and cylinders and just machine surfaces, the better. So there's no use in hurrying it up and getting that hurry up and machined and cut, because like I said, once I get done cutting it, I want to go ahead and put it together, and I want to have everything else in order to throw it together. That's my goal. Yep, have a good night, guys. There is some kind of racket going on here. Oh, look at him. Say bye-bye, corn. Bye-bye, corn. Oh, don't cut me. Oh. All right, let's just protect the truck. Flying out of there. Look at that. Well, that's what happens when you get used to too much corn sitting next to us. It was a nice fence, but it's gone now. Loud racket of a machine, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Clearing out the corn. Julie's out here working on foam. I'm weight matching rods. Huh. Well, there you go. It's all gone now. Now we're just gonna have a field next to the shop. It's kind of boring. I like to have stuff growing. Okay, now I got the pistons out, got the rings off. I weigh all the pins individually, put put them in line, heaviest to lightest, put the pistons heaviest to lightest, and then you put the heaviest pin with the lightest piston. Next heaviest pin to the next lightest piston. And I did that, and this is, now it's 1.0, it's 1,066 grams, but I don't even need to write all that. I just write the last bit. So we got 665, 65, 66, 67, 68, 68, 68. So those are within 0.3 of a gram. All of them are. From here to there is 0.3 of a gram with each other. But we got this little bastard right here that's gonna be 2 grams off. So I might just cut some out of that. I don't know, 0.3 of a gram. You think I ought to leave all of these alone? Yeah, because it's, here, let me show you. 1066.5. Okay, so that's 0.5. So this one over here, all the way on the other side is 1066.8. So 0.8. So it's like, well, let's see. I can blow on it and make it go farther than that. Yeah, just the wind is heavier than what this piston is than this one. But, so we only have one piston to touch, and I'm gonna go for what? Let's go for in the center. 660, 6.5. Yeah, we'll just go for 666 for that one. 666, and then leave all these at 0.3 of a gram off. So that's, maybe, I don't know, maybe I will go ahead and just get OCD on it, and because normally I like to make them all read. The rods did, I took an extra time on the rods. We got 1206 total rod weight, and then 370 and 836. So it took a little time with the rods, but they're done. And now it looks like the pistons are about to be done too. That is freaking awesome.